Hi there, it's me again. I'm back. I'm going to do another drawing video today. I know you guys are very excited, and I'm just telling you guys that, and hopefully if I tell you guys that you're excited enough, you'll believe me and be excited. But as some of you, or probably just some of you, I'm not going to assume that everybody knows, but as some of you might know, I recently went to Wildcat or Tyler's house, whatever you want to call him. I call him Poppy. But I went to his house and we celebrated 4th of July, all that stuff with a bunch of friends, and I figured it was time to do another drawing video. Let's draw Wildcat. Now I've gone through, I've done a couple of like thumbnail thingies and like mock-ups trying to get what I wanted to look like, because this one was a bit different from Smitty's. With Smitty's, it was like a milk bag. The shape was easier. This time I have to draw a pig and trying to make it look human, but like a specific human as well still. It was a bit tough. But I think we got to a decent spot that I'm now ready to kind of dive into, color more, and see what we can get out of it. So as you can see, we sort of landed on something that I guess had enough of the right things. Instead of going with the helmet, I went with the hat, just because, you know, it was just that the 4th of July thing, sort of, I guess, a reason why I chose this one before like any other ones, or why I chose this one out of the bunch pretty much. I just went there for 4th of July. I figured it'd be a good thing to draw, especially since it was requested anyways. The beard I'm kind of nervous about. Snout was key, because otherwise how do you know it's a pig? I mean, the ears maybe, but that could just mean he's a cat girl. But I don't know, I think it's a decent spot where we landed. Maybe I'll put a Budweiser in his hand, but he doesn't have hands, so that probably won't happen. I might interject with some stories in post, but I probably won't be able to draw and give you guys story time too well. Interjection. Actually, one of the, I guess not really stories, but also a story, just because I'm telling it. Maybe that's how stories work, but I don't know if it really matters too much right now how stories work. But I tweeted one of the days, I think maybe like oopsie or ouchie, I forgot exactly what it was. I could look it up, and I'm gonna look it up, but it doesn't matter that much because I'm gonna look it up. Don't know why this matters either, but I'm saying all this. Here we are. Anyways, but I had like sort of a scratch, scabs, whatever, like on my nose and lip and chin. And for a bit, I was like thinking of telling people what happened is we were riding the Polaris and like we got in a small accident and I scuffed up my face or something like that, even though I never even rode in the Polaris. But what actually happened, even though it's not like it's been brought up constantly, the scabbing is gone, it's all been healed now. But we were just swimming in the pool, and I normally open my eyes whenever I'm swimming. I just always have, even when the pool is like chlorine based. I don't know why. I mean, does it sting? Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it makes me remember that I am indeed alive and mortal. But I open my eyes normally, and so like it does sting a bit, and then just, you know, I'm just like, they feel sort of puffy. But you know, I understand that that's just what happens when you open your eyes with a whole bunch of chemicals in the water. Chemicals burn your eye. Wow, who would have known? Probably not the best. Regardless, people were making fun of me for it. I kept on opening my eyes just because that's how I see underwater, so I don't like run into anything. But this one time I decided I would make the journey, eyes closed. My eyes were already sore, probably because I've been swimming underwater with my eyes open in chlorine. I think the pool was a bit more chlorine dense, or just like chemical dense in general, to make it cleaner. Something that was taking me a while to get used to with Tyler's pool is it wasn't as deep as like the pool that I pretty much always swam in growing up. So when I was swimming across, eyes closed, I forgot that it was sort of a whole different depth, a whole different pool. I just went back to a different time in my head. I was going through nostalgia, swimming through my memory pretty much. And then all of a sudden I tasted concrete. Didn't taste very good. And then afterwards I got that sort of bloody, scabby sort of taste whenever I licked my lip. Hold on, the other me is about to come back in. All right, so we are at a kind of a pause stage. I sort of finished the hat. I got it to a spot where it's like finished enough where it's going to give me a good reference as to where it's at and stuff. And I probably won't change the shape too much more. Still got to add the ears, obviously, and, you know, finish the face, but I would hope that that's a given. I think it's going to be interesting how it turns out. The face doesn't look as weird as I thought. Like the actual shape of it doesn't look as off as I thought it would. I don't think it looks like Tyler's head, but it also doesn't not look like Tyler's head so far, because it doesn't look like anything. Not sure if that's offensive. If it is, my bad. Day 2, not really tracking this in days though, so it doesn't where's it go? It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm not tracking this on days, but it is still a new day. So we're gonna do his face, since the head's, I mean, pretty much mostly there. I might fatten up the cheeks a little bit, just so they're a bit more piggy-like, and then also the ears coming through the hat. And yeah, I might do some other things, but that's sort of what I'm planning at the moment. Got the trusty pin, do a pin trick. So we'll go ahead and start this. Fucking glare, dude. Something that was funny for me, at least, maybe kind of funny, sort of also stressful, is whenever I messed up my face, is I, at that time, wanted to get a sponsored thing recorded for Essie for doing the filter that I collabed on him with. But I had like scabs on my face and I was like, crap, I wanted to like get this recorded and like just get it done while I was here so I didn't have to go home and like get it to him last minute because I was already on this trip. I'm about to talk again, so hold on. I kind of like the cheek. I don't know. I think the cheek sort of works. Makes it look a little... It almost looks like he's chewing something, I think, just because it's only on one side. But I do sort of like how it's there. I especially think with, like, the way I had the mouth, that might give it a little bit more impact. You know, maybe got a fat wad of dip in there, even though Tyler doesn't do that. I don't fully remember what day I got my face sort of beat up. I don't remember if that was, like, before we did the Walmart thing or if, like, the day of the Walmart thing. But it was like very recent of a thought of like, oh, I should probably get this stuff done while I'm here just to get it done, just so I don't have to like worry about it when I get back. And then I think maybe even that same day that I started like pushing more towards that is whenever I just scuffed up my face. Luckily they were chill about it. They didn't really care. They didn't say, hey, cover up that ugly mug you got. So that was, you know, we got lucky there. I really can't tell if what I'm doing here is actually helping it or not. Like I'm clicking, like I know it's like a change, but I don't know if it's a better change. It feels closer, but it also might just feel weird because I have a orangish yellow. I don't know, it feels closer. And I guess reality is what you perceive or whatever the hell that saying is. I am going to put like the inside, you know how we got this inside, I'm going to put the piggy inside ears, which I think are a bit more simple. Regardless, I'll probably go with like the cartoon version where it's just like that bit of extra pinkish area, like how cats and dogs sort of are. Also, it might be that the ear on the drawing's right, but also the drawing's possessive left ear, it looks a bit too big. I think that might be an issue. It does seem a little bit overscaled compared to, I guess, how the left one, the right, I mean, you know, now that I'm looking at, like, this one is, like, right in the middle, so this one should be popping out. And I say with, like, this one's going straight up. I feel like this one peak should maybe just, like, go right here. It looks so out of place now. I gotta take a break on this. But when we come back, you know, these would be good inserts for like ad times. So maybe I'll do that. Also, maybe I'll take a shower during this ad time. Probably not. Another story time. So on one of the days, maybe even just like the second day, at least that I was there. So I don't remember exactly which day. I don't even remember when I am now. But we got surprised by Smitty showing up after we had a dinner at a very lovely restaurant. I had a delicious pork chop that was probably just the most pork I ever had in front of me at one time. It was delicious. I wish I got to eat it all, but I got full before I got through the 3 different types of pork that they gave you, which is pretty insane. The ribs themselves were like very filling, and then after the ribs I had another piece, and then after that piece I just had the piece, like that was just solid meat, which I forgot in Tyler's fridge. Hopefully Tyler ate it. It probably not, but hopefully it got eaten in some way. Maybe the dogs got it. I doubt it. I just hope someone ate it because I didn't even get to experience it. I didn't even take a bite just because I was like, oh, I should leave all the juices in, that way when I like reheat it up, it's just all there. And then I just kept on forgetting about it. That's my fault. But then Smitty showed up, unfortunately, after the dinner, but it was very surprising just because he was going over like all the guidelines he would have to follow and sort of hoops he would have to hop through if he were to come down here. And it sounded like he was sort of more against it than wanting to do it. So when he showed up, it was pretty shocking. I was like, what the hell? Why are you down here? But it was cool to see him. Obviously, I'm not going to be like, oh, damn, now I got Smitty here. Although I do want to mention he still didn't pay me for the drawing I did for him, which is sort of BM, but whatever. I'll let bygones be bygones. I'll give him a pass for now, just because I've used him in pretty much either my thumbnail or title for like the past 20 videos since I've came back from my break. Okay, so I feel like I'm sort of at a point where everything is looking good, but I do feel like the things that I need to do are like very drastically different from the things that I have done. Is that like, I feel like the face, but only on one side, is pretty well, like, at least for now, detailed. Once I build more of the face, it's gonna be easier to like connect it all together. I kind of just have to choose, and I think the mouth also being very plain. I wanted to do like realish lips, but I don't know how to do like an open mouth pose at all. So the first sort of event that happened at Tyler's, I guess, if it's, I don't know if event was there, but we went to his parents' house to celebrate 4th, I think on the 3rd. I know we were breaking a ton of laws doing that, but you know what? That's the American way, baby. But it's where these beautiful, iconic pictures came from, or at least where we were at. And this wonderful video clip that Tyler ended his video with. Who wants to come in my mouth? What the fuck? Bro? Hey, what? Overall, it was a good time. Luckily, his parents or none of the grown-ups there actually heard that. We were like in a separated group, because that's just how it happens normally. There's always like a kid side and a grown-up side, and it's pretty much always you go on the kid side just because you're not the grown-up. Until it's like your house, you're not on the kid side pretty much. But that was a good time. We hung out there, we had some food, we drank a bit, we ran around, played some games in their field, and fireworks were set off, and it was a great time. So I think that was July 3rd, and then the next day is when we did it at Tyler's house and set off fireworks there and had the whole show. I remember telling some people about one 4th of July that I was celebrating with family where the fireworks just went crazy. The fireworks, that like those big show ones with like the 50-shot mortar shells, we had one like shoot out the side and like just kind of go awry. And one of the shells, like, just obviously, as always, they shoot directly at the people. They don't usually shoot off, but they shot like directly at my granddad, who was missing a leg, and he was in his like big ride-on mower, so he could actually like move and not have to deal with a wheelchair. It's genius, really. Granted, until there's like an explosive mix with, you know, the thing that has a gas tank in it. But it was all good. Nothing bad happened. I am pretty sure we stopped the fireworks at that point though. Although chances are my grandpa still wanted to keep going. We got one eye done. I think the mouth was throwing me off so bad, having that weird little mouth there. I took it away, and the eye feels a little big. I think once the other one's in there, maybe I'll lose my lisp that I just had for one word. And also maybe it'll just start feeling better. I'm still stuck on the mouth. I don't know what to do for the mouth. I see it though. I see it coming together. The eye might just have to get reworked a little bit, because even when I put it down, I don't know. But I'm digging the face. I think it's all fairly well enough shaded. I'm sweating. It's getting hot in my room because I'm focusing so damn hard. So I'm coming back to this, and I'm just like wondering, because right now I obviously have like a nose as a snout. But pigs, you know, they got a whole snout, you know, and their like nose is their mouth. It's like the top of their mouth. They don't have like they have an outie mouth instead of an innie mouth like us humans. So I don't know if I should maybe extend that and maybe give them a snout, because I just don't know how I'm gonna, because like what color are pig lips? Pink. I guess what I'm complaining about is just faces in general. I just don't know how to do shades super well. I'm always too nervous to go too harsh on like how dark it is. So I think I usually don't go dark enough, and then it gets hard to get contrast and like colors out there. I think it's also I don't go dark enough because I don't know what color will look good with it dark enough. Let me sketch in a bottom lip, I guess. We're gonna go like this. Now hold on a second. Now hold on a second. And then like the other one would be like, no, not quite like that though. Maybe still approach the mouth a similar way. I like how the mouth looks more. The snout's really not, it's just bigger, which is maybe better because I was also sort of confused on how to do like almost the wrinkles into the cheek. And I feel like this kind of almost covers up that area to where I don't have to worry about it as much, where it's more so just like it gets to the eyes and it's already, you know, Shut up. I think I'm gonna go with this. I might have to retouch the nose a bit. Yeah, just to like make it not so, I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh yes, dude, that's the one. That's what it is right there. It's starting to sort of also look like Peter Griffin. I might remove the butt chin. I just figured it might help like sort of almost sell like that piggy look, but I don't know. And finish up the story that I was talking about real quick after I rudely interrupted myself. The reason I brought that up, just in case you forgot, is because at Tyler's place, the fireworks decided to do this pretty much the same thing, you know. They burst it out at the bottom. Don't know really why. Probably because they were just made poorly and rushed. Who actually knows? Luckily, everyone was a safe distance away and like no one got hurt. But like when it happened, I was just like, God damn it, it really did happen again. I figured, hey, maybe they build them better in Tennessee, and maybe they do, but maybe they also build them more powerful because like, you know, oh my God, I just remember this guy. There was this guy at a store me and Anthony went to. I don't know if he worked there or was the owner, but he said he bought 14 pounds of tannerite. And he was like so happy. He was almost too giddy about it. It was almost unnerving, but he was so giddy. He was like, yeah, I might go back and get more. He was like, I could blow up. And he talked about what he could blow up. I don't want to put that in a video. We didn't see him on the news, at least not yet. So far, so good. But it's just interesting that, you know, maybe that's why it blew out the bottom is because they're stuffing tannerite down there. I don't know if tannerite's probably stronger than what they use in fireworks, at least. Well, I mean, it probably also really wouldn't work in fireworks. Maybe it would, but maybe it also wouldn't. I don't know. I'm not an explosives expert. I'm sure someone in the comments is, or at least watched enough videos where they're like, oh, actually, I know this. I actually watched a video specifically about this. Let me tell you the answer. Then they tell me the answer, and then because it's a YouTube comment, I'll be like, really? And then I'll look it up myself to confirm, which I guess is kind of good because just recording this commentary, I'm definitely not going to look it up to confirm unless I stick on it for a while, but I already sort of forgot the thing, right, the tannerite. Yeah, I probably won't. Like, I don't know. That seems interesting enough where I might just like wait to see what the comments say. So if you know, let me know. If you don't know, don't you dare Google it. Wait for the person who knows to show up. But overall, the trip was like a great time. It was a much needed space away. Coming back was a bit of like, I don't know, it was weird because I think it's been so long since I went on a trip. And it was just like such a different trip than like PAXs or like some sort of events normally are. So it was just a very odd shift. And then, I don't know, it felt weird, but it also was like very needed. And it was a great way to sort of disconnect from everything. I didn't have to worry about videos there or anything like that, so it was very nice. And just being able to hang out with like friends on a more personal level without like having to worry about meeting up somewhere in a convention or like only seeing them at dinners or going to parties and only seeing them at parties and barely be able to just get it was like a way different. It was, I don't know, it was very nice. And I'm happy Tyler invited me out. I do wish I stayed a bit longer. Obviously couldn't stay too long just because I had commitments here pretty much that I had to do. Talked about them earlier. If you forgot, you need to learn on your this is where I'm going to end the post additional overlay commentary. I could probably talk about more things, but I'm not going to. So I hope you guys enjoy me finishing up this. Actually, I won't say I completely done. I might add a little bit more towards the end. I'm not too sure. But for now, I'm done. I hope you guys enjoy the drawing, enjoy the speed art, and you won't have to hear me blabbering anymore. So I mean, round of applause for that, huh? All right, so I've been working on this one for a very long period of time. I kind of just got into a mode and I was very just focused on getting the eye correctly. And then I added the fish hook and the eyes, I don't know. I think it's at a point where I'm almost done, but I need to do some final things because it still isn't like sitting quite right. I got to sit and look at this for a bit more, but I like where it's at. Like I said, I think the biggest part that if I were to go back and like want to do changes to, no matter what, it would be with like the colors of the eyes and just how the eyes kind of flow into it all together. I don't know. They feel a bit weird. Hopefully I didn't combine them into the actual eye layer. I think I did. I didn't. I think I'm going to redo the irises or just maybe the eyes in general. But I'm going to do something and we're going to get this finished up so I can get this video out. And then I'll move on to the next person I'm going to draw. Let me know who you guys want me to draw down in the comments, obviously. But I think I already got a couple in mind that I want to do, but obviously the more I can add to the list, the better. I think I'm at the point where I'm sort of done with it. I think if I add too much, I'm gonna get like obsessive with it again. Wait, no, the lip looks funny. Hold on, I'm almost done now. Hold on, 1 second. Maybe I'll do, hold on. I wonder if this will make it just feel a tad bit better. Maybe get rid of the green in the background. Oh shit, I forgot about that. You know what? Let's just close our eyes and move our pin around the screen. What do we get? I was hoping I went all the way over the screen. I didn't. So let's close our eyes again. Yep. And let's, with purpose this time. Oh, let's try to bring over some yellow maybe. What happened? There's still some things I never drawn a pig before. Drawn a pig? I don't know. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think there's too many things that like just stick out to me. I will say this one doesn't look as much as like the character or person I was drawing. The eyes are like not even like but just like the irises themselves. I don't know why, but they're aggravating me so much. Like they just don't feel. I'm just gonna leave it there. Like I said, I don't want to mess with it more and just get obsessive over the small details. But here it is. I don't know. I put probably around the same amount of like hours into this one that I did the Smitties, but. Yeah, I think some parts of this, I think the main issue is some parts feel like they have depth while others just feel pretty flat. Like looking at it on different monitors, I see that there's like such stark color differences, but then on other monitors, it's a little bit more muted. I'm done. I did a little finagling, as they say it in the tech industry. But that looks kind of better, right? It looks more piggish. Okay, it's fine. The mouse and the pin are essentially the same. 4 saturation, let's go crazy. And then 16 luminance. And I just realized because I have a selection enabled, that won't do a fucking thing. Like I instantly like this more. Let's see the difference of eyes. Yeah, and I think keeping the blue eyes. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I think I just fixed this. I mean, it's still like I see some issues, but the color was driving me insane. I think it's just because I went too pink because I was trying to stray away from like the human skin color. but we kind of got similar skin colors depending on the pig type, you know? Seems weird that at the end of the day, just a slight little hue and saturation correction can bring, actually, to be fair, it was mostly, I think, hue and luminance. We completed it, or it feels more completed than it did before. Because, I mean, I obviously came back to it trying to mess with it, and this is like 2 hours after I initially ended the video. I even did the whole outro, so I don't know where I'm going to place this whenever I put this in, but I'll find a place because that's my job as the editor. Anyways. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you guys want to see any other peoples, let me know down in the comments. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring the bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video and stuff. And I'll see y'all later. Hope you enjoyed.
Singing low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot.